Breaking. Kanu sues National Intelligence Agency Director General Ahmed Abubakar over treatment in Kenya, 620 billion naira compensation. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Kanu filed a suit at Abia State High Court in Umuahia. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Kanu, has sued the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, Ahmed Abubakar, over his role in the 8 days of his forced imprisonment in Kenya. Kanu filed the suit at the Abia State High Court in Umuahia. Kanu is seeking, among others, 20 billion naira in compensation for general and exemplary damages for the violation of his rights. Kanu's special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, who filed the suit on Wednesday, November 23rd, told Sahara reporters that newly discovered evidence implicating Mr. Abubakar beyond the infamous extraordinary rendition prompted the legal action. Of all the several suits that have emanated from the rendition of Kanu, Ejimako said this is the first against Ahmed Abubakar, either in his personal or official capacity. In the suit, a copy of which was made available to Sahara reporters, Ejimako stated that the false imprisonment of the claimant, Kanu, was without his consent, adding that the Kenyan government has publicly and categorically denied any role in the arrest and imprisonment of the claimant in Kenya. He cited the judgment of the Federal High Court of October 26, 2022 in a fundamental rights suit brought by the claimant against the Federal Republic of Nigeria and others, which had ruled I declare that the manner of arrest and detention of the applicant in Kenya, his continued detention in Abuja, his subjection to physical and mental trauma by the respondent, the inhumane and degrading treatment meted out to the applicant amount to a brazen violation of the applicant's fundamental right to dignify of his person and threat to life under Section 34(1) of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. He noted that the claimant hereby pleads this judgment order and the judgment and shall rely on the same at the trial of the suit. By virtue of a public office, the defendant has a public duty to act in good faith, not to abuse his public office, and to ensure that the arrest and imprisonment of the claimant in Kenya was conducted in accordance with the law. By falsely arresting and imprisoning the claimant in Kenya, the defendant breached his statutory duty requiring him to arrest and or imprison the claimant in Kenya only in accordance with law. The said false arrest and false imprisonment of the claimant had been condemned by the United Nations Human Rights Council, which through its working group on arbitrary detention, rendered a binding opinion directing defendant's employer, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to release the claimant unconditionally and accord him the opportunity of seeking compensation or reparations, which is hereby pleaded as a document the claimant shall rely on at the trial of the suit and from which the following material paragraphs have been called in seriatim. The IPOB leader in the suit marked HU 293-2022 is seeking, among others, the following reliefs: a declaration of this Honorable Court that the defendant's arrest of a claimant and its imprisonment of the claimant at said location in Nairobi, Kenya, false amounted to false arrest and false imprisonment. A declaration of this Honorable Court that the defendant acted in bad faith and or abused his public office and falsely imprisoned the claimant at the said location in Kenya. An order of this Honorable Court directing the defendant to pay to the claimant the sum of 20 billion naira only, being general and exemplary damages. An order of this Honorable Court directing the defendant to write and deliver to the claimant an unreserved personal letter of apology. The letter of apology shall be prominently and boldly published full page in 2 Nigerian newspapers of national circulation, namely Guardian newspaper and Sun newspaper. An order of this Honorable Court directing the defendants to pay the cost of this suit, and such further orders as this Honorable Court may deem fit and expedient to make in the circumstance. Had it been when the court said this man has been acquitted and discharged of all charges, had it been they allowed this man to go, I don't think we're going to be at this point. Believe you me, what I want for Nigeria is someone who is going to come in and make a decision, or rather take a decision that is going to be favorable to all parts. And I think the federal government is not doing that. Sincerely, we lack it in this present administration. Because, I mean, the world is watching. I've said it severally that this particular issue is no longer like a national issue. This issue has gone beyond. For goodness sakes, we have about how many people in participation? We have Kenya, I think so, and we also have the UK. Then I think the United Nations also came and, they don't chook mouth for this matter. Make I switch, I beg. This issue, believe you me, it is long overdue. I am still wondering while a court, for goodness sakes, a court will give an order. And it's not the first time, like, these people have refused to, listen or obey court orders. Since all this while, we have had court ordering the Department of State Services, that is the place they're holding this man now. They have ordered severally that, okay, do this for this man, and they have refused to. Imagine a third arm of a government. Imagine a third arm of a government giving an issue or ordering that this to be done, and it's not done. Now we shoot ourselves for leg for this country. After we will say that others does not respect us, it is because of what we do. This issue is supposed to be long treated, gone and done and dusted and forgotten. But I do not know why they don't see that, this issue now, it will also affect how others view us. Tomorrow we will say, oh yes, I need to let me just drift a little away from the news. After we'll say that it is just a fraud and other things, but also how are people here being treated in the country? Everybody is actually watching. Very good. Nigerian government will use the cases to have sense by force, and many individuals will use it to learn and to use it to know that Nigeria is a lawless country. The same problem we have been speaking about. Okay, if IPOB wants legal control, first they should confess their sins and crimes to me directly and repent. When they repent, and they will be rehabilitated. IPOB is not giving me disability income, virgins, taxes, tithe, offerings, and security. IPOB doesn't serve me, and IPOB doesn't worship Mercury. I don't see how it correlates with this news. Now, but the thing is, this matter would not have gotten to this extent had it been the Nigerian government had actually done as the court suggests. And you know why I am thinking along this line is because I can remember a year and some months. It's almost, I think, I won't call it 2 years, but exactly around this time last year, the former aviation minister went to Aso Villa, to speak about this Nnamdi Kanu's issue with the president. And he told them that, okay, don't worry. And even after they left, he get to tell them that, oh, I can't interfere. I don't want to interfere with the process of the judiciary. Only for the judiciary to come and give the judgment. And the federal government is not following it. So I think the government should tread with caution. This particular case is, everyone is watching. They're not just watching, the Nigerian government.